Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Let's Talk Cricket. The excitement is building up for the second test between India and Australia at Adelaide. It's a day and night affair. Remember guys, it's a day and night affair. It's a ping ball test. If you are new here, just don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to so that you don't miss on any cricketing updates. So let's dive deep into the preview of this should be supposed to be a great encounter between India and Australia. So all we know is India is up 1-0 and at Perth and nobody actually thought that we will be 1-0 up by the time we start playing at Adelaide. But the things has turned very nicely for India. We have been brilliant. I mean at Perth the great thing about that test was that nobody gave us a chance, but we fought so well that in fact we dominated the entire match, and it was quite a thumping victory for India. So the second test is a ping ball test, and Australia is a master of it. They have lost only one out of 11 or 12, I think, tests they played in this ping ball test they played here in Australia. So it will be challenging for India, but the good thing is India has already won the Perth test, so the pressure is all more on Australia than India. But on the other hand, if India is able to, if India is able to, I mean, uh, if India is able to win this second test, then I don't see Border Gavaskar Trophy leaving us any soon. I mean, we will. I don't see Australia then coming back in the series and defeating us 3-2 to clinch that elusive Border Gavaskar Trophy, which they are trying to win from last 10 years. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? So let's talk about pitch and conditions first. So I heard interview yesterday from the curator that the pitch will obviously help the fast bowlers in session one and under the lights. So they have also kept 6 grass, so it will surely help the fast bowlers, no doubt. So for India, the thing is they have to play really well in the first session. I think the first session they should be very watchful, like they did in Perth. They have to leave more deliveries than pushing at it. So that becomes very challenging. So the conditions remains like tomorrow. I think the weather prediction is that it will rain a little bit in the afternoon, but then it's a clear sky. For tomorrow and Saturday, maybe there will be some rain interruptions, but overall for next 5 days, I don't see match not happening because of weather. Certainly, it's usually warm, but some rain is predicted for this test. So let's see how it goes. So pitch will remain helpful for fast bowlers. Let's say in the first session, and when the ball gets old, and in the second session the batters will enjoy batting on that strip. I think the ball will come slowly, and then the batters will be able to score some runs, I guess. So both teams. So yesterday I was watching yesterday or morning. I think Pat Cummins' interview was there. He had a press release. Australia is going with more or less the same team, barring one forced replacement for Hazelwood, who has a side strain apparently, which we could not figure out while he was bowling. But I think he sustained a side strain injury, so he's missing out. But the bowler who is replacing him is Boland, equally capable, and we should be very aware of what Boland can do. We have seen that in WTC final, last WTC final in England. He ran through our team and was along with Travis said he was accomplice who because of whom we lost that final. So Boland we all know. However, we played him well in that Prime Minister's 11 game, which was actually reduced to like a limited over one day game because one day was washed out. So I think Australia is going with that team with Boland in, Hazelwood out, and rest the players are same. India, on the other hand, in fact, India has won the test, but they are making more changes. Surprisingly, in fact, not surprisingly, I mean, but in fact, they are going to improve their team because the top quality batters are getting in back. So Rohit and Gill is coming back, and I was watching Rohit Sharma's press conference today. He clearly stated that Rahul is going to open. So Rohit might come at 5 or 6, depending on what the condition is. If they want the left-hander to go first to break that middle order right-handers monotony, then they might send Pant ahead of Sharma. But he will be floating. He and Pant will be floating between 5 and 6 in all probabilities. So there is one more place. Gill is coming obviously at his own number, that is one down. Then there is one more place which is debatable right now. The three fast bowler remains the same for me because they have done really well. Uh, and then the one all rounder Reddy has done exceedingly well in his debut test, so he's not going anywhere. So I think 7 Reddy will bat. 8, which is now choice between Ashwin and Washington Sundar. So Ashwin has a great record in pink ball test in Adelaide. So for me, I feel Ashwin should be in instead of Washington Sundar because Reddy we have seen he has batted well in the Perth test, and we have quite a cushion now. 7 batters is good enough. See, if your 7 batters cannot bat well, then it's hardly matters if the eighth guy is having batting ability or not, because by then it is more or less you have not played well. Let's be frank. 7 batters, if there are 7 batters, they have to do well. All the scorings should be done by obviously the top batters. It's their responsibility. I feel Rahul and Jaiswal we have same tactics of how they want to basically deal with this challenging situation. It's a different ball game altogether, day and night. When you play in the evening, that twilight time when lights are coming into effect, that time it is difficult to play both spinners as well as fast bowlers. So when the bowlers will be, I mean, very confident that they will be come in play even in that mid session. So batters have a challenging game. I'm sure all the games previously in pink ball, bowlers have dominated in Australia, especially. So I don't see any exception this time as well. So for me, this Ashwin should be in for Washington Sundar because he's a prime bowler. They are also talking about Jadeja, but I don't see Jadeja coming in. Just because Australia has few left-handers in their team, so and Ashwin has a better record in Adelaide under lights, so I will go with Ashwin. On the other hand, there is a lot of pressure on Australian top order. You can see the media is going crazy about their top fours not scoring runs. And Labuschagne, the main person they're talking about is how many chances Labuschagne will get. And this test is by far the very important test for Australia in this current scenario. Because if they lose this one, then it will be very, very difficult for them to come back in this series. And Labuschagne, importantly, if he don't score, I don't see him playing third test. I seriously don't see him playing third test. So they have their task cut out. They have to play Bumrah, Siraj, Harshit with that first 15-20 overs that will be challenging for them, so they will be much more under pressure. But I somehow feel that Australia has to click somewhere in this series. I am hoping that they should not click in this game also, but they are quite a good side and they have proved it n number of times that they can come back from behind and really do plenty of damage. So I think Bumrah and Co should again focus on the same thing what they did in Perth Test, bowl the same line lengths, obviously adjusting to the pitch and the conditions, and then decide on certain lengths, trouble the batters who are not in form. We have to make sure that the batters who are not in form should not come back in form. And Max Sweeney, the new guy, one more opportunity he's getting. Obviously, he has to get. No one can decide your batting abilities in just one outing. So I think we have to keep them shut. For us, it is very important that Steve Smith and Labuschagne should not score runs, as well as Travis Head in case we get early breakthroughs. Then Travis Head, we have to be very careful of. So Mitch Marsh is playing instead of that injury scare that was the rumors were floating around. But I think he is going to play and he will be also bowling a few overs if required. However, in the pink ball test, you can afford to use only four bowlers because this is a bowler's game, the pink ball test. Bowlers usually dominate it, so they might get away with Marsh not bowling in this particular match. As far as bowling is concerned, Australia has bowled well in per test first innings, and Pat Cummins may not have bowled well in the first test, but I'm sure he will be back. And Stark has bowled pretty well in the first game. Boland, as I told you, the threat, he is a threat, and Nathan Leon also has a very good record in pink ball test. So their bowling is not that big issue, but right now the issue with them is their batting. And I think if our batters, it is basically between our batters and their batters, and our bowlers and their bowlers. So both right now what I see is both side bowling attacks doing damage to the other opposition, and the batters who will win that race will eventually win this test. That is how I see it. If we are able to score runs, then I think we are through. And Australia fails again, then that's it. So let's hope we have a cracker of this game. And as in Optus, Australia never lost the test in Optus Stadium in Perth. Let's make a history once again here in Adelaide. The pink ball test, they have never lost in Adelaide. So we have got a brand new chance to turn the tables this time, and let's hope we will do it. So tomorrow we will come back and review the first day's play. I hope we all will have a great second test at Adelaide. I'm sure you guys are equally excited as I am for this test. Usually, Australia series is one I look forward to, and day night test is a showcase test, and I'm very excited about it. So let's hope for a cracker of a game, and see you soon, guys. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow after the first day's review. See you then. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And do not forget to click on that notification icon so that you don't miss any cricketing updates. All the best and see you later, guys. See you.